So here's our topic, electric domains, out of Unit 2. Here are some QR codes or buttons, hopefully, for you to use. And by calculate, you're going to need to do the number to explain why is it important. All right. Now, this is the way eventually what you're going to be able to do. You're going to be given a molecule. You're going to be able to calculate for this hydrogen how many domains, and that's going to allow you to tell certain things about the molecule. All right. These two things are not, these are tetrahedral and and bent are really topics from another video, but this is just to see a connection. All right. You could think of domains like relationships. How many relationships is Dr. Square shown in here? He's in 3. All right. Because all domains are actually equal to each other when you compare them. All right. What is an electron domain? It's basically a place around your nucleus where you're going to find these electrons, where they're likely to be found. Now, you wrote likely because of the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. All right. Now, if you look at this carbon right here, all right, this one, where are the domains? Well, there's the one right there, that double bond, and then there's 2 others, that hydrogen. So the space between the hydrogen and the carbons and the space between the carbons, that's the domains. Now, this water molecule, it's got a different thing. It's got these lone pairs. That's another region. So these spaces around the oxygen where you're going to find them. Now, when you're talking about electrodomains, you're talking about valence electrons. And as was clear, you're talking about bonding. That's things in a single, double, those any type of bond, including resonance, but also non-bonding. All right. And as I said, every one of these things is going to count as one domain. Right, so let's look at an example. We've got ethene molecule here. We want to know how many, for this carbon, how many does it have? All right, well, he circled the correct things, all right? And then what does he guess? He guesses 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, all right? Is he correct? No, the answer is actually 3, because this is 1, the double bond is 1, and the 2 singles are 2, so that's 1 plus 2 is 3. All right, how about this carbon right there? All right, how many domains does it have? Well, Dr. Square looks, he sees the double bond and the single bond, so he guesses 2. Is he correct? The answer is 3. There's a hydrogen here that's not drawn in, that often on these molecules will not be drawn in, so it has 3 electron domains. Here's another example. These carbons, all right, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's got 2 domains. Nice job, Dr. Square. All right. How about this hydrogen, right? This oxygen right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 2 lone pairs, 2 singles, so it should be 4. Correct. Now, why to know them? Well, they're going to allow you to predict things about the molecule, meaning the electron geometry, how the electrons are positioned around the molecule, and its molecular geometry. And these things allow you to predict other properties of the molecules. Let's go over an example. Let's look at water. Okay, water, particularly, you're really looking at one atom within the molecule. I shouldn't say look at a molecule, but look at an atom. So it's got 4 domains, right? Now, there are 2 lone pairs and 2 single. That means the electron geometry is tetrahedral, and then then I know something about the molecular geometry. It's going to be bent. It's going to have this bond angle, and this is the hybridization, sp3. Now, here we go, that carbon right there. How many? It's got 3 domains, 1, 2, and then the hydrogen that's coming off. Okay, so there's a double bond and 2 single. That would be trigonal planar electron geometry. And in this case, since they're all bonding, it's also going to be trigonal planar molecular geometry. That's 120 bond degree angle and sp2 hybridization. All right. Here are my sources. Thank you very much. Hope you have this helped.